Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm about to teach you my recipe for whole food, plant-based, oil-free Thai green curry with vegetables and tempeh. This makes a really delicious weeknight meal. It's loaded up with a rainbow of fresh veggies. It's really nourishing and absolutely delicious. There's a link in the description below to a full written version of this recipe, but please use that as a guideline because you can choose to go all out like I'm going to demonstrate here, or you could really pare this down and just choose a few of these vegetables. Today I'll be demonstrating with a red onion, fresh ginger and garlic, Japanese sweet potato and carrots, a red bell pepper and a yellow one to vary the color a little bit, some broccoli, zucchini, baby bok choy, shiitake mushrooms, and tempeh, but you should feel free to choose your favorites. For our simmer sauce, we'll use vegetable broth, light coconut milk, Thai green curry paste, soy sauce, and lime juice. For optional extra flavoring, cilantro, lime juice, red pepper flakes, and peanuts are great, and you can cook some brown basmati rice on the side. One ingredient I haven't mentioned yet, but that I find to be pretty clutch in this recipe is Trader Joe's umami seasoning blend. It really adds a nice umami element to this dish that I think you'll miss if it's not there. If you don't have a Trader Joe's near you, I'll include a link to a similar spice blend that is available on Amazon. One tip that really helps me a lot is to do all the chopping in advance. As a matter of fact, once all the chopping's done, everything comes together in the pan in just a few minutes. I'm going to show you really quickly in time-lapse mode how I chopped and sliced each of these vegetables. If you've already got a really solid handle on how to chop, dice, mince, then you can skip ahead to the next chapter in this video and just watch me put it all together. For the red onion, slice off the top and the bottom so that it sits flat on the cutting board. Chop it in half and then slice each half into half-moon sections. Grab a large thumb-sized piece of fresh ginger root and cut off any hard edges and small nubs. Then run the blade of your paring knife just under the bark to peel it like you would an apple. I like to switch to my chef's knife at this point and slice the root into really thin slices. Stack these up, slice them into a matchstick shape, and then mince the matchsticks. If you like your ginger to be minced even more finely, at the end you can run the blade of your knife over the pile one more time. My approach to mincing garlic is similar to the ginger. I slice all the cloves into really thin slices, gather the pile together, and run my knife over it at the end to mince it finely. For the potato, cut off the pointy ends if they're hard and then slice the potato into thin rounds. Stack up the rounds and cut those into a dice. I'm using a Japanese sweet potato here, but you could use any kind of potato, and remember, the smaller you dice it, the more quickly it cooks. This recipe calls for 1 bell pepper, so I'm using half a red one and half a yellow one for extra color. Slice off the top, then use your fingers to pull out the core. Slice the cap into thin slices, and then chop the body of the pepper into rounds that are thin. Slice these rounds into bite-sized pieces, and these are ready to go into the pan. Grab a head of broccoli and then chop away about 2 cups of florets. Chop these florets into bite-sized pieces, and then these are all ready to go. After you've peeled the carrots with the vegetable peeler, trim away the tops and bottoms and then slice them thinly on a slight diagonal. Quick and easy. For the zucchini, trim away the top and the bottom. Chop the zucchini into 3 equal thirds. Slice each third in half lengthwise, and then slice each half lengthwise again into strips. The mushrooms are simple, just trim away the bottoms of the stems and then slice the caps into strips. For the bok choy, pull apart the leaves. Stack them up, and then slice them all the way from the root end to the tips of the leaves. We'll use it all. And while you're getting your chopping done, there's a couple of additional steps you can have going on the side. One is to cook up about a cup of brown basmati rice, and you can just have that going according to package instructions in a saucepan on the stove. And the other is to steam your tempeh. Now this is really optional. Just dice up your block of tempeh, add it to a vegetable steamer over some simmering water, covered for about 10 minutes. And what that does is softens the tempeh. It allows it to absorb more of that delicious simmer sauce that we're going to make in a few minutes. And it also softens some of the natural bitterness of the tempeh as well. And now I'm going to show you how to cook this delicious curry. We'll go over to the stove so we can do it together. I'm so excited to show you. Here's how you do this. Heat your pan over medium-high heat, and then add just a few tablespoons of vegetable broth, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan. Once the broth is simmering, then you'll add your onions to the pan. Give them a quick stir, and you can cook these for 3 to 4 minutes, just until they're starting to soften. Then you can add your garlic and ginger to the pan. I've got about a tablespoon of ginger, And I've got about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic minced. If you like garlic, you can definitely add more. And just as a general rule, you don't have to let anybody tell you how much garlic to add to your dish. You use as much as you want. And we'll give this a quick stir too. It already smells amazing. We're just giving these aromatics a few minutes head start over the other veggies. Then we'll start adding the remaining vegetables in order of how long they take to cook. Since I'm using some Japanese sweet potato in this particular version, I'll add that first since these take the longest. But because the potatoes are particularly dense, I'm going to add a splash more of vegetable broth and then cover the pan and let these steam for maybe 5 minutes before I start adding the rest of the veggies. If you're skipping the potato, then you can also skip this entire step. While you have a few minutes, if you want to, you could put on your favorite music and just have a little kitchen dance party. Once the potatoes have had a head start and they've started to soften, then you can start adding the other veggies in order of how hearty they are. So in my case today, I'll be beginning with the broccoli, the carrots, and the bell pepper. And again, you can add just a splash more veggie broth to help prevent sticking and give these a stir. While these heartier vegetables are cooking in the saute pan, we'll come over to the blender and mix up our simmer sauce. Start with 2 cups of vegetable broth, a half cup of light coconut milk, about 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce, and about a 1/4 cup, which is 4 tablespoons of Thai green curry paste. And if you like your food to bite you back a little bit, you can add red pepper flakes. This is entirely optional. And then we'll stick the lid on the blender and just blend this up till it's smooth. And then we'll just set this aside for a minute. Once the heartier veggies are softening, then we can add the softer veggies. Today I'll be adding shiitake mushrooms and zucchini. Give these a stir too. Once these softer veggies are nicely mixed into the pan, I'm just going to turn the heat back up and then add the sauce. And you can also add your steamed tempeh to the pan at this point. And if you didn't steam the tempeh, this is still when you would add it into the pan. We'll stir the veggies and the tempeh into the simmer sauce. And once the sauce is simmering, then we'll cover the pan and let these veggies cook. You just want to be careful not to overcook your veggies. We really want these to be beautiful and bright and vibrant in color and still have retained some of that toothsome al dente texture so that they're both beautiful to look at and also appetizing to eat. In the final steps, we'll add the bok choy to the pan and stir that in until it's just wilting. We'll add some extra lime juice to taste, about 1.5 teaspoons of Trader Joe's umami seasoning blend, some roughly chopped peanuts, or you could use cashews instead if you'd like, and then some fresh cilantro leaves. And we'll give it one last stir. To serve this dish, lay a bed of the brown basmati rice in the bottom of your bowl. Scoop heaping spoonfuls of the veggies on top of the rice. Add a little extra green curry sauce on top. Then garnish the dish with fresh cilantro leaves and extra peanuts or cashews for crunch. I'm so excited to dig in here. These beautiful veggies, the smell is incredible. All the textures, the colors, the flavors. It's on point, guys. I hope you love this dish as much as we do at our house. If you make it, please take a photo, share on social media, and tag me at Green Sage Life. I would love to see and cheer you on. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please hit the thumbs up button and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell too so that you'll always be notified anytime I share a new recipe like this. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I'm Stephanie of Green Sage, wishing you good health and delicious food. I'll see you again next time.